Hello Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Aquarius, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Aquarius, let's get started. How does Aquarius currently view this relationship? Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, we do have the Two of Wands, and then we also have the Ten of Wands. All right. In regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, Aquarius, there's somebody here that you've been dealing with for quite some time now. Let's just start with that first. And this person that you've been dealing with for quite some time now, you've had some ups and downs, with this person is what I'm gathering. But, it does appear to me, Aquarius, that even though you've had some ups and downs with this person, giving up on them just has never been, I would say, an option in your mind. It kind of looks like you're very determined to stick by this person's side through the good and the bad times. Okay. I don't know why that matters so much. I don't know why that's kind of sticking out to me like a sore thumb, but I guess we'll see why that is. But how does this person currently view this relationship? Okay, with Aquarius. So we do have the Justice card, we do have the Eight of Swords, and then we also have the Seven of Cups out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Swords as well. Could be dealing with a Libra strongly, possibly a Gemini, maybe even a Scorpio. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but it just looks like this person's tired of going through one thing, after another within this dynamic that they share with you. It's as if they feel like things are just simply not improving here between the two of you. As much as they want it to improve, they just don't see it improving here between the two of you, causing them to essentially feel like they have to make a really big decision here. Now, here's the thing. I'm getting that there's other factors at play that they're considering. If I do this, how's this person gonna feel about this? How is that person gonna feel about that? Things of that nature. Okay. How does this person currently feel? Okay, we have the Five of Wands, we have the Eight of Wands, and then we also have the Lovers. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Five of Cups, and then we also have the Moon. I do see them opening up to somebody about their marriage with you or their relationship with you. I am definitely getting that they're expressing to this individual, how they're, extremely unhappy within this dynamic that they share with you, and that you guys, just simply don't get along, and all you guys do is fight and argue, things of that nature. This person, though, is not telling them what they want to hear. I feel like they want this person to tell them, you should just give up. You should just give up on your marriage with this person. You just should, give up on your relationship with this person. I feel like this person's telling them the complete opposite is what I'm gathering. It's like they're telling them, well, hey, this is what it's like, being in a relationship. Welcome to the club. Or, hey, this is what it's like being married. Welcome to the club, Keep fighting, though. Keep fighting, It's like they want somebody to tell them it's okay to walk away. And I don't feel like they're getting that from anybody. Okay. Why is this so important to them? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure, but it is. I guess it is important to them to have at least somebody, you know what I mean? On their side. When it comes down to what they are thinking about doing, which could be ending the marriage and a relationship that they share with you. Okay. How does Aquarius currently feel? We have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Don't get me wrong. I feel like there has been times where you've highly considered in getting up and walking away from this person, and your marriage with them or your relationship with them, you just chose not to. You invested so much time and energy towards them in your relationship with them. You want it to essentially count for something. I think that you're just very, how do I say this? And it's not to say that they're not like this. It's not to say that they're like this, but I feel like that's how you look at them is kind of almost what I want to say here. But you're like very realistic in the sense where you know, right? You're gonna go through some hard times with this person, and you know you're gonna go through some good times with this person, you know. But even when you find yourself going through some challenging and difficult times, you know, with this person, you're not gonna ever be that type of person that's gonna be so quick to essentially give up on them and your marriage with them or your relationship with them. I do feel though that there are certain things that if it were to ever happen in this marriage and relationship, you will get up and walk away and you won't think about it twice. Like, for example, if this person were to ever cheat on you, well, you know, there's no coming back from that, you know, then that's when I see you walking away from them and your relationship with them. But when it comes down to every other thing outside of them, you know, cheating on you, entertaining somebody else, you know, flirting with someone else, then, you know, that's something that you feel like you can manage. It's something that you feel like you can handle. It's something that you feel is not enough to warrant, you know, a divorce or a breakup, right, between the two of you. But them, on the other hand, it's like, I feel like you look at this person, Aquarius, as somebody who's just very quick to essentially give up. And that's one thing that I don't necessarily feel like you like about this person. We have to kind of keep in mind that your person did show up as a Queen of Swords, okay? So this is somebody who has been through a lot in prior relationships. So the last thing they want to do is go through even more stuff, you know what I mean? Like, their patience and tolerance level for like madness, craziness, you know, whatever the case may be, it truly is at an all-time low. And I feel like that's kind of why they tend to like resort to the energy of, I just don't want to do it anymore, because of everything that they've been through prior to even meeting you, you know? So it's not that they're like the type, it's not that this person is like big on just giving up, like, you know, instantly. It's just, they've just been through so much to the point where they just don't want to keep going through stuff, you know, like they just want to be happy, you know what I mean? And at peace. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And, you know, they find it remotely impossible to obtain that with you for whatever reason they do. Okay. So it's not that they want to be this type of person that's very quick to essentially give up, you know, on you and what they share with you. They just are sick and tired of like going through stuff, you know, within their marriage with you or relationship with you, or just things that they've experienced prior, like to even meeting you. It's like they're just sick of it. They're sick of going through like things that they feel like they don't deserve to essentially go through. Like that's like their whole thing. Okay, hopefully that like puts things into perspective for you. It's not that they want to be the type of person that's quick to give up on you. They have their reasons, you know, let's just put it that way. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. We got the Eight of Cups. And then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, the bottom of the deck, we do have the Tower. We do have the Judgment card. And then we also have the Three of Cups. You know, a lot of you feel like you're really trying to like make this work and improve things here between the two of you. Is you just kind of look at them like, but they don't even bother. Like they don't even try to make this marriage better. They don't even try to make this relationship better. Like they don't even try. They just don't. That's how you look at them. You basically feel like you're the only one trying here. Okay. What actions? It's as if you feel like this relationship and or marriage that you share with this person would be 10 times better if this person were to just put some effort, you know, towards trying to improve things between the two of you. Okay. Huh. All right. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. We got the Ace of Wands. We also have the Eight of Pentacles, and then we also have the King of Wands out here. Okay. Okay. So there's like a variety of different things from the looks of it that's causing them to want to tap out of this marriage and a relationship that you guys share with one another. So I've already kind of discussed with you that it has a lot to do with them just being sick and tired of going through, things that they feel like they don't deserve to essentially go through with you, and then everybody that they've essentially dealt with prior to you. It's like this person feels like every time they turn around and take somebody seriously, that person turns around and starts putting them through like, things that they feel like they don't honestly deserve to essentially go through. That's why they perceive being single to be so appealing to them, because when they're single and they're alone, they don't have to worry about anybody lying to them, betraying them, deceiving them, putting them through things that they don't necessarily feel like they deserve to go through, things of that nature. It also has a lot to do with them, essentially feeling like there are things that this person, how do I explain this to you? There's things that this person wants to essentially do with their life that they didn't necessarily get the chance and or opportunity to do with their life because they turned around and, you know, um, jumped into a relationship with you, or they turned around and, got married to you. So there's this deep desire to go off and do the things that they weren't able to essentially do with their life, because they chose to, like, prioritize you and their relationship with you and their marriage with you, things of that nature. That's another thing, is that this person essentially feels like every time they do turn around and take somebody seriously, like that relationship starts to, like, over time make them feel like they're quote unquote missing out on what, I don't know. um this person comes off to me as like a relationship type person, is like the best way that I can like describe them as an individual, which there's nothing wrong with that, but they do strike me as a relationship type person. Is that type of person that has spent the vast majority of their time being in a relationship with someone. This is not somebody who has uh, had the chance or opportunity to be single and alone for a long period of time. Like, I do believe that this person has experienced moments where they have been single and alone, but it was always shortly lived. Like, if we're comparing the amount of time that this person has essentially spent being single versus being in a relationship, they spent more time being in a relationship than being single. And we're talking about this person's entire life, okay? Um so because of that, there, are things that this person has yet to do with their life and or experience. Um, in other words, there's a possibility. Um, there's a possibility that this person could have turned around and settled down a little too soon. There's a possibility. Um, Another thing too with this person is that when this person is single and alone, they desire and crave to be in a relationship. When this person's in a relationship, they desire to be single and alone. You know what I mean? Um, so that's like a whole nother thing. The things that this person wants to do are things that they can totally do within their marriage and a relationship with you, because I'm not getting like, anything, inappropriate or anything like that. But they find it so hard to be able to like focus on themselves and like the things that they personally want to do, with their life while being in a marriage and a relationship, because they feel like they have to prioritize that person that they're married to or in a relationship with, and the life that they share with that person. It's like all of these things that they have with you come way before, you know what I mean? Like the things they personally want to do with their life. Like, this could be somebody who has been wanting to essentially start a business for quite some time now, but they can't because they don't really have the time, because, they have to like prioritize you and their marriage with you and, their life with you and, things of that nature, to the point where all of these other things, um, tend to just fall, on the back burner. But if this person was single and alone, they have nothing but time on their hands to get that business off the ground. They have nothing but time on their hands to travel the world. Like, they have nothing but time. You see what I mean? So for them, being in a marriage and a relationship causes them to also feel like it's robbing them of what they could be doing with their time, if that makes absolutely any sense. Now, do I see this person walking away from this, dynamic that they basically share with you? I'm getting no. And here's why. Here's why. They do perceive you. If we get rid of, like, the things that this person has gone through with you, if we get rid of all of that stuff, right? This person does perceive you to be somebody who is, perfect for them, right? They just don't like the fact that, you put them through this and you put them through that. But outside of that, they do perceive you to be perfect for them. And their biggest fear is walking away from this dynamic that they share with you and never finding someone like you ever again when they are actually ready, to essentially settle down. Because what happened was is that they thought they were ready to settle down, and they started to kind of realize, oh man, like, I'm actually not ready to settle down, because I really wanted to do this with my life, and I wanted to do that with my life. I wanted to accomplish and achieve all of these things, and I didn't get the chance to do it. I didn't get the opportunity to do it because I settled down too soon. Okay. So if this was like Burger King, right, have it their way, they would have loved to accomplish and achieve all the things that they wanted to accomplish and achieve, with their life, then turn around and essentially settle down and start a family and get married. But it looks like they did the opposite. It looks like they settled down, started a family with you possibly, or got married to you possibly, if that's what occurred here between the two of you, before, they were able to accomplish and achieve the things that they wanted to accomplish and achieve for themselves. So that's why I don't really see them walking away from this, because that's their biggest fear is, what if I end up, with somebody who doesn't respect me the way Aquarius respects me? What if I end up with somebody who doesn't love me the way Aquarius loves me? Like, what if I end up with somebody who can't show up for me the way Aquarius shows up for me? Like, what if that ends up happening to me? And they know that it's a possibility that they could end up with somebody who is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of you and what you bring to the table. I think that this person has heard plenty of horror stories when it comes down to dating, what's really, really out there. And this is what prevents them from pulling that plug on this dynamic that they share with you. So no, I don't really see this person getting up and walking away. However, Aquarius, something to just kind of take with you is that there are things that this person wants to do with their life that they feel like they can't, because they have to put you and their marriage with you first, their relationship with you first, their family with you first. And these are things that are really, really important to them that they don't want to continue to put on the back burner. So, it's just something to kind of take with you. If you could lighten the load a little bit, so that way they could be able to concentrate on getting that business that they want to get off the ground, that'll definitely mean a lot to them. That'll definitely bring a lot of meaning and purpose and happiness and joy, into this person's life. Because there are things that they want to do with their life, and it's nothing inappropriate is what I'm gathering. It's nothing inappropriate. Like, who knows, maybe this person has always wanted to, like, become like a doctor, but they couldn't because they started a family with you, things of that nature. So if you could lighten the load a little bit, and help this person start that business they've always wanted to start, or get that degree they've always wanted to essentially get, that would definitely make a huge difference, you know what I mean, in this person's life. Because this person feels like they don't really have, like, God, it's like they feel like they don't really have, like, any sort of, like, meaning or purpose is what it is. Like, they don't, like, this person might have, like, a job, right? They might have a job, but that job doesn't, like, feed their soul. That job doesn't excite them. That job doesn't fulfill them the way becoming a doctor would, for prime example, or becoming a nurse, or becoming a business owner. Like, these are things that would essentially excite this person and bring meaning and purpose into their life. But it kind of looks like the only thing that they really have, that they feel like they have going for themselves, is their marriage with you, their relationship with you, their life with you. And then, well, the job that they have that just simply doesn't fulfill them or satisfy them or make them happy. You know what I mean? So it's just something to, consider, when it comes onto this person, as far as, like, helping them, so that way they can focus on starting that business, focus on getting that degree. Because I just feel like this person needs somebody to, like, come in and help them lighten the load, so that way they have that time to, like, focus on that business, focus on that degree. All right, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped, hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.